Shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the men of Great Millstone who rule well and who taught us this truth in sincere. And shalom to the brothers and sisters who are listening and taking in the word through our elders of Great Millstone. Shalom. So, I'd like to go into Cain and Abel, Enoch, and the lineage of Cain, and the progenitor of how his seed was put back into men through Isaac. And I would like to just jump into the book of Genesis. You know, this part, people get a little bit confused with Enoch because there's more than one Enoch in the scriptures. I should say, because remember, Enoch was taken up, or you could have said Enoch, but Enoch walked with God and was taken up. There's three men what came in the scriptures that basically you don't know how they disappeared. It's like they vanished, but they never vanished. They got taken up, right? Enoch was one of them. So we'll just get into the book. So I like to jump to Genesis chapter 4, verse, I'll just read the story what happened with Cain and Abel. So chapter 4, verse 9, it goes, "And the Lord Yahweh said unto Cain, Where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper?" Right? So right there he's back talking, you know. Cain is a disordered man. He's not in order to be talking back to his Lord, right? So it says, I know not, am I my brother's keeper? That, you know, back in our time, if we were to like talk back to our parents, if they asked us something back in the 90s, our parents they would give us a cuff in our head. Like, you can't talk back to, there's no back chat, you know? So he goes, I know not, am I my brother's keeper? That's rude. Just saying. And he said, What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which has opened her mouth to receive my brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shall thou be in the earth. So that's what Esau is. Esau is a vagabond, right? He's a fugitive. He's a vagabond. He's not claiming who he is. He's running from who he is all his life. He's not trying to be a man to say, here I am. I am he. You know, he's running away from who he is. He's a vagabond. And anywhere he goes, he set up shop and says this, and he conquers it and says this is his land and this is his ends. You know what I'm saying? So it says, verse 13, and Cain said unto the Lord Yahweh, My punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that every one that findeth me shall slay me. And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, Therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. Right? So the Most High put a mark on Cain. Cain has a mark on him. You know, like the movie back in the days, we call it Mark for Debt. You know, Cain has a mark on him. So whoever slays Cain, you're gonna get vengeance sevenfold. It says, verse 16, and Cain went out from the presence of the Lord Yahweh and dwelt in the land of Nod, on the east of Eden. Back then, the whole world was called Eden, right? You had the Garden of Eden, and the whole earth was considered as Eden. But at this particular time, this is in the land of Eden. So, verse 17, okay, it goes, and Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bare Enoch, right? That's the first Enoch what was created, was from Cain. He bare, his name was called Enoch, right? And he built a city and called the name after the city, after the name of his son Enoch, right? So now it says, verse 18, and unto Enoch was born Irad, and Irad begot Mihajal, and Mijajal begot Methusiel, and Methusiel begot Lamech, and Lamech took unto him 2 wives. The name of one was Adah, and the name of the other was Zillah. And Adah bare Jabal. He was the father of such as dwell in tents, and of such as have cattle. And his brother's name was Jabal, and he was the father of all such as handle the harp and organ. And Zillah, she also bare Tubal, Cain, an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron. And the sister of Tubal, Cain, was Naamah. And Lamish, said unto his wives, because he had more than one, Adah and Zillah, hear my voice, ye wives of Lamish. Hearken unto my speech, for I have slain a man to my wounding, and a young man to my heart. Right? So just bear with the story. The spirit goes back into men, just saying, every 3 generation. So every 3 generation, you die and you come back. So the most I can take you out and put you back in your lineage, in your family's line. It says, I read from 24. It says, if Cain shall be avenged 7-fold, truly Lamech 70 and 7-fold, right? And Adam knew his wife again, and she bare a son, and called his name Seth. So, okay. For Yahweh said, she has appointed me another seed instead of Abel, whom Cain slew. So, Adam ended up getting the next baby, right? And the instead of Abel, the baby came out, and Adam named the baby Seth. So to him also, says verse 26, and to Seth, to him also there was born a son, and he called his name Enos. Then began men to call upon the name of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. But you see, Enos just means man, right? That's another name if you look it up in Adam Online. I was looking it up. Or you go to the blue letters, not gonna. But just if you go on Adam online, I can find it. But right, but we'll just jump down to to oops. So I'll bring it out first. So this Adam online, it says the proper name in the Old Testament, the son of Seth, from the Greek Enos, from Hebrew Enosh, literally man. Compare Nashim, woman. Arabic ins, men, people. Right? So means people. Men, people. Right? So verse 5 says, this is the book of the generation of Adam. In the day of Yahweh, the Lord, created man. In the likeness of Yahweh made he him. Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam, in the day when they were created. So you had Adamites more than men. I mean, more than, there are people. Like, more than, there are men, right? Like women, men. So call them Adamites. So anyways, says, call them their name Adam in the day when they were created. Verse 3, and Adam lived 130 years and begot a son in his own likeness. Because everybody asks who was before. Was there anyone before? Which Adam was the first. Adam and Eve from the garden, right? Okay, so it says, verse 3. And Adam lived 130 years and begot a son in his own likeness and after his image, and called his name Seth. All right. And the days of Adam after he had begotten Seth were 800 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And all the days that Adam lived were 930 years, and he died. And Seth lived 105 years and begot Enos. Right? So, remember, Seth over here, when we read earlier, was 4 verse 26 Genesis, says, and to Seth, to him also there was born a son, and he called his name Enos. Then began men to call upon the name of the Lord. So just like in verse 5, verse 6, it says, and Seth lived 105 years and begot Enos. And Seth lived after he begot Enos 807 years and begot sons and daughters. Right? So Seth lived up to 800 and something years. Right? It says, verse 8, and all the days of Seth were 912 years. So Seth actually lived up to 912 years. 912 years. And he died. And Enos lived 90 years and begot Canaan. And Enos lived after he begot Canaan, like Canaan, that's how you pronounce it, Canaan. It's Cain and An, so Canaan. 815 years and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Enos were 905 years, and he died. And Canaan lived 70 years and begot Mahalalel. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. And then Canaan lived after he begot Mahalalel 840 years and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Canaan were 910 years. And he died. And Mahalalel lived 65 years and begot Jared. And Mililli lived after he begot Jared 830 years and begot sons and daughters. Mind you, there's a book out there. I don't know, everybody's coming with some new books nowadays where you don't know what to believe. So when you read certain books, it's confusion, and basically we're cutting out the lie, what Esau's mingling and putting out there. We're breaking out the root of the lie, and we're separating the lie to let Israel know what's going on, right? Mostly the 1/3 of Israel, because they're only gonna get it. That's the elect men of Israel. That's the foundation of Israel, right? The elect men, who got the knowledge, who the Most High is working with, who are the elders of Israel, Yasharallah. So it goes. Okay, I'll start at verse 18. It says, and Jared lived 162 years, and he begot Enoch. See? There's a next Enoch. You had Enoch that Cain, his wife, conceived and bare Enoch. And then over here it says, and Jared lived after he begot Enoch 800 years. So what I'm saying is, the reason why these names are repetitive, because the Most High is very, very wise, clever, wise, right? No, you cannot think like the Most High. We can't even put our mind in it, but we can only picture ourselves to be perfect as Yahushai, which is the son of the Most High, which is our bigger brother, Yahushai, right? We only can work to be into his footsteps, try to, And what happened here is the spirit travel on into the family line, right? And when that happens, it's like you have a son and you say, I'm going to name my son. Your name is John. I'm going to name my son John. And it goes on. It's a cycle. So to make the family line live on, the name live on, right? Like the Most High says, he was going to put a mark on Cain. So there's a mark on the killer, who was the killer from the garden, who killed his brother from Eden, I should say, Cain. So we're done. Let me read from 20. It says, and all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. And Enoch lived 65 years and begot Methuselah. And Enoch walked with Yahweh after he begot Methuselah 300 years and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Enoch were 365 years. Right? And Enoch walked with Yahweh, and he was not, for Yahweh took him. So the Most High took him. The Most High took him, brought him up, took him. Right? It says, and Methuselah lived 187 years and begot Lamish. And Methuselah lived after he begot Lamish 782 years and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. Right? And Lamish lived 182 years and begot a son, and he called his name Noah. That's where Noah came from. That's the lineage of Noah. saying, "This same shall comfort us concerning our work and toil of our hands, because of the ground which the Lord has cursed." Right? And Lamish. So what happened is the Most High, this is the first world. When the world did flood, that was the first death. We're going into the second death. The first death, this is the story of the first death. So what's going on here is the Most High put the spirit in man to come back again. This is like a story with Esau and Jacob. That's going to come further into the book. Esau and Jacob, the two brothers. That's where Esau came back, Edom, through Isaac, the two brothers again. Like Isaac being Adam type of, like, you can put it into that concept, you know? But we'll get there on another lesson. So not saying that Isaac was Adam, but you know, the Most High put the spirit of Cain into Isaac. Okay, so let's get down to it. So it says, verse 29, "And he called his name Noah, saying, This same shall comfort us concerning our work and toil of the hands, because of the ground which the Lord Yahweh has cursed. And Lamish lived after he begot Noah 595 years, and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Lamish were 777 years. And he died. And Noah was 500 years old. And Noah begot Shem and Ham and Japheth." Story done. Right? So what I'm saying is, you got all these new books out there, right? New books that Esau's bringing out. You know, you got the book of Enoch that I wouldn't tell you to read. I wouldn't advise any brother to go into that and read it, because there's a bunch of confusion, right? A lot of people are reading all these books. You know, they said you have a book of you have the book of this and book of that. I wouldn't tell you to jump in and get bugged out from all these different doctrines that you read. Just stick to the one true doctrine that you know, which is from the 1600. Get yourself a King James. You know what I'm saying? And this is only for the brothers anyways, right? Because people who know what's going on, they're gonna be on point, you know? They're gonna get this. Right? The Most High is dealing with them, right? And meaning the Most High is not here dealing with the whole world, you know? So that's just letting you know how that part comes down into this. So I'm gonna jump into Isaac, because remember, the Most High put a spirit into the seed to come back again, right? Generation after generation, right? So this is Genesis chapter 25 verse 19. It says, "And these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begot Isaac. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to his wife, and the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian, of Padam Ram, the sister of Laban, the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord Yahweh for his wife, because she was barren, and the Lord Yahweh was entreated of him. And Rebekah his wife conceived. and and going into this bearing with the wife, she was pregnant, but at first she something was wrong with her. She couldn't get pregnant. Like something was wrong with her. She realized something, like she's with child. Like she's getting pregnant, or you know what I mean. Like at first she's inquiring because she doesn't know what's going on. She had to go inquire to her husband, to the Lord, right? And she said, "This is what's happening to you. You know, you're pregnant." So it says she conceived, right? Conceived, that means she had the baby. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, "If it be so, why am I thus?" And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, "Two nations are in thy womb. So, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau." Right? So, Esau is the first red man. Is Esau, Edom. Right? He's the first. Let me see if I can find this. So this is Edom. It says the name of Esau, right? This is the blue letter, but we'll go into the real etymology. If you go into the Hebrew, it'll bring it out. Sometimes the blue letter goes off, but right here I just screenshot this. It says, "Feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage." It says Edom, because they're trying to change it, right? Because they try to say Adam was red, which that's false. That's a lie. The red pottage, the red, therefore was his name called Edom, means red. So that's where the word Edom comes. Edom. You see what I'm saying? Not Adam, it's Edom. Right? From the ground, right? What was I gonna say? You know how it says Adam was made of the ground, hue of the ground. Adam came from of the ground, and what is the ground? Is brown. So you know Adam was of dark skin because he's from the ground, right? Now Edom, his name in the Hebrew is Idumia, right? And if you go into it, and if you go into Idumia is his melanin taken out. Idumia is the next way of saying red in the Hebrew, right? And this is where I want to read. You see? They tried to say Adam is red. So the devils are trying to flip the script and confuse the people to make them think that Adam was of the red nation of people, when Adam was a brown man, right? And these are the things the devils do. They confuse you so you can't know what's going on, to ask questions. And it's always good to ask questions, but not foolish questions, you know? So let's get back into the story here. It says, and Isaac entreated of the Lord for his wife, because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. The children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord, and the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Right? Just like when we read earlier in the book of Genesis, you know, we had back then we had some ancient mans that dwelt in tents. And then, well, most of Jake dwelt in tents, right? But it's just what happened, how our people were raised back in the ancient times, you know. So that's where you get the Esau and Jacob story, from when Cain slew his brother Abel. The Most High put the seed back into men, that it can live on, that you can always know who Cain was, because the Most High said he's gonna put him with a mark, and the mark was put on Cain into through Isaac was Esau, which is the progenitor of the so-called white man, which is the red man, right? Which the Bible, we just read it, plain as day. Esau, his name was Esau, wasted away as he. That's what it means, wasted away as he. Idumia. Esau, right? Adam. So they became the Adamites, right? So, and we can get into this. We can still bring out this whole chapter. We read till it's done, so you guys get a better understanding for the new brothers. Or it shouldn't be no one new, because you know you should know this right now. You know, this is not even. I'm just edifying through the Spirit who comes across this channel. But like I was saying, we're at the end of this. This is the beginning, and we're at the end of the book. So if you don't know this is not for you. You know, if you don't know the beginning part, how you gonna know the end? You know, we're at the end of this. You gotta know you gotta go through the levels, right? And there's a lot to go through. There's 613 commandments, 613 laws. So, you know, they said we only got 10 laws to go by, which the Most High made it, said 10, which there's 613, but is by 10 we should live by, you know, because we can't keep everything, because we're under subjection under the white man's laws, right? So you cannot keep it to the best of your ability, but that's only thing we can do. Practice the righteous acts, you know. Rehearse the righteous acts. That's in the scriptures too. There's a scripture that says rehearse it, right? So we only can rehearse right now, which we're doing. All the brothers, all the camps, you know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's get back into it. So it says, and verse 27, so Genesis 25 verse 27 says, "And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob sowed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, Feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. And Jacob said, Sell me this day thy birthright." So Jacob convinced his brother Esau to sell his birthright. And Esau said, "Behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me?" And Jacob said, "Swear to me this day." And he swore unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. So Esau sold his birthright for a red pottage. Esau sold out for a red pottage, right? It's just like when you watch First 48 and all these shows, easy to sell out, what they do, they bring you to McDonald's so you can rap on your own, on your own, Same thing. Esau, he sold his food for his birthright. Easy to just give up, But this is in the spirit, because the Most High, he made this to happen the way it is, because Jake, which is Jacob, short form, they're wicked. They went off, So the Most High needed the other nation to put Jake back in order, whoop them up, beat them up, give them a beating every time. Get Jake right. Try get Jake right. Because every time when Jake come out of line, the Most High whip their ass, and put them back in line, So now, Jake has really gone, their sins has gone up to the heavens, The wickedness, what's being done on the earth has gone to the heavens. So, right now, our rags is filthy, Our people, their rags is filthy. They become more wicked, more than the wicked. That's what the scripture says. Just paraphrasing, that's what the scripture says, right? So, anyways, Esau sold his birthright, right? So I just want to bring out that little small account with the Esau and Jacob. So back in the ancient time, with Cain and Abel, it's through the Spirit where the Most High put it back into man. That's why we say Esau is Cain, because Esau and Jacob are brothers. And the tension is starting to build up from the Esau and Jacob story. That's where everything cracked in. It's just if you take that story and you brought it back into the ancient world, the first world, what passed, which was with the flood, you can see that Cain and Abel, they were brothers, and Cain was disrespectful. He was a disrespectful brat, mouthy. Mouth off to his dad, mouth off to his parents, chat back to his parents, where you just box him, beat him. You know what I'm saying? That's who Cain was. Everybody knows you can't chat back to your mom when you're growing up. When you're a little kid growing up, and your mom actually do something and call you, or your pops tell you to come do something for him, and you say, and you talk back, you chat back, and they call you over and give you a whooping for that, man. Can't chat back. And that's the same thing what Cain did when his father asked him, where's my son? He's crying to me from the ground. Same thing. So what I want to say was, back in we'll take you back in Genesis chapter 5 and 24, when it says, and Enoch walked with Yahweh, and he was not, for Yahweh took him. See, back then there was Enoch here, and then there was Enoch what built the city of Enoch, right? Called the city the name after him, the son Enoch, right? So you had Enoch what died. Enoch what was Cain's son, built up, passed away. The other one get born. The other line, the other brother, the other child born again, and it comes back down, and then they put the name back. The name came back again, right? So that's the story of Enoch. When you want to talk about Enoch, you know, they said in the book, that's why we would advise all GMS per se, mostly GMS camps, not to go into all these different doctrines and books and follow all these other camps, because they'll lead you to astray. They'll lead you out of the way. Because we're all supposed to be on one accord. We're all supposed to be on one knowledge, one thinking, one strength, you know, because to be honest, at the end of the day, we're all going to become apostles. We're all going to become because we're prophets right now, right? We're all going to become, what do you call it? Not bishops. Yeah, we're all teachers. We're all going to become that one body. So no one's going to be, like, there is going to be levels to this. You have to give the elders the honor. They're our grandpa. They're going to be like, you're looking at them as like, I can't say, I would say like parents, but we can't say, you know what I'm saying? Like parents, but like in that, if you put your mind to it, we'll like call them grandparents. So we're getting up there. They're like our grandparents. You know what I'm saying? We're like their great grandkids in that time. If you want to put your mind to that sense, you know what I'm saying? They're deep, which we're all going to become deep. You know, we're all going to have that glory, but there's going to be different ranking. You're not all at the same ranking. Everybody's rank is different, man. But it's just like in the scriptures where it says at the last minute, someone will be coming in at the last minute to get this knowledge and this understanding. They'll be learning at the last minute, they get it, and it'll just come to them, you know. And the Most High is gonna. That's where you get the seal. You know, you get sealed up. You know, so you can't say one is greater than the other. There's a next passage, or I should say, in the scriptures where was it the talents? It was the money. There's I'll bring out that scripture next time, but I'll just give a little talk on it. One did the same work, and he tried to say, why did he do such a little work and you paid him for that much hours? And we all came in, we were working before him, and, you know, but we all came in. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, as long as you get the understanding and the knowledge, you know, and you get into the truth, right? The right truth, which is only GMS holds it, you know, because they have it, they break down the Hebrew, which is beautiful. It's beautifully broken down. And they're doing this from their heart. It's not from no, like, it's not from, it's not no, this is only set up from the Most High. It's not like some skit that you could just make up and jump in and do what you want to do. No, this is all in order from the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And that's just how it goes on down, right? So we're going by order, you know. So some brothers are gonna get it at the last, and they'll get into the truth, and the Holy Spirit will take them, right? Because that's the whole point. We're workers for Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. We're servants unto the Most High power, you know. And yeah, so with that, I hope this lesson was edifying to the brothers and sisters what you hear, and try probably ask themselves about this part of the scriptures. I hope you get edified to understand, you know, the spirit what left from Cain was put back in man into the second coming. So the first happened already. The second now is about to happen now, right? So it says. So with that, I'd like to come back with another lesson, and yeah, I just give my praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, double honors unto the men of Great Millstone, and to the brothers and sisters listening to Akiums, listening to this, right? And yeah, I'd like to say Shalom.